Hi everyone, and thanks for being here. Before I start, I just want to say hello and thank you to all my first few subscribers. I know that at least 4 of you are not people that I know, so thanks very much for being here, and I hope that you're enjoying the content and that you'll stick around for more. Right, so this today I'm going to put together the jack-o'-lantern tea light holder. So this is like the continuation of my last minute Halloween crafts. This is a really cute project. It's by Dreaming Tree, 3dsvg.com. I will put the link to the product in the description. So I've pre-cut all my pieces with my scan and cut. The file is it's about $1, I think. Let's just check. It costs 99 cents. And they've got lots and lots of free designs on their website, so go and check it out. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So the file comes with this to cut in orange, one of these, you cut one of these, you cut one of these, and then these are together. It suggests cutting them in brown, but I decided I wanted them in red, although actually I've changed my mind about the hat, so I'll use my alcohol markers to change that. You could also separate the design if you in Canvas Workspace as well, and then you have to cut 2 pieces of, it says yellow vellum, but I don't have yellow vellum. I don't have vellum, in fact. This is tracing paper, and I'm going to use my alcohol markers to color that as well. It's worth having an LED tea light as well, because you're going to have to, you can use it to help you decide how big this needs to be. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is color my hats, because I've decided I've changed my mind. So we have one on there and one on there. I'm going to use brown. I'm using my just alcohol markers. These are Tonic Nuvo markers. And this is a brown. This is hazelnut truffle. So it's not a dark brown, but I figured because the hats are red, maybe it's not coming out dark enough. So I'm going to go for a slightly darker shade. This one is vintage walnut. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that will do. And then while I've got the pens out, I might as well do the vellum. So make sure that, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use Indian saffron, which kind of matches the leaf. That's not why I chose it though. It's a really vibrant yellow, this. I keep saying vellum, but this is tracing paper. Vellum would be better because it's slightly heavier weight, but as I always say, you've got to use what you got. I'm just going to leave these to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to glue the hats onto the pumpkins. Oops, I'm so clumsy. Okay, so that's step one. And then you have to turn this over. And glue the vellum onto the back. Now because vellum, this is so thin and it tends to buckle and warp when you use wet glue, I'm going to use a glue stick to glue it down. So that should minimize the amount of warping that goes on. So there's very slight border all the way around the vellum element. Stuck to my cutting mat there. Then we've got our see-through element there. Okay, so this is the first layer. All the other things will wrap around the outside of this. So grab your tea light and use it as a guide to know where to add glue to the to glue these things together. I'm going to make mine slightly looser so that it can slide easily on and off. And just put a little bit of glue in there. A little bit, I've put loads in. Okay, so when that's dry, you can see it's already started to come together. That just slips over nicely. And then the next thing to go on is these. I'm just going to do a bit of shaping before I glue it. Just using my nail. You can use a pencil or like a bone folder or something like that. I'm just going to use my nail and my fingers. Try my best not to pull off one of these fronds. Okay, and then you can, so in the Dreaming Tree video where they put it together, he curls this round a pen like this. Which is kind of cute. You could also just do it like that with your fingernail. That works quite well. Or if you don't have any nails, you can use like a sharp ruler or basically something with an edge that you can scrape along to get it to curl. And I'm just going to encourage this piece to bend. But I've made a mess. Okay. And then you will wrap that round your other piece. Just going to add a little mark here with my nail. This is a lot easier than trying to hold it all in place. And add some glue. So I have used, this is 300 GSM, which I think is about 100 pounds weight. And it's double-sided. Which is useful if you're doing all this, you know, bending things over. You want it to be coloured on both sides. So now this will slot in. Like so. There you go. So, I mean, you could glue that together if you wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary because it's nice and snug. Then the next layer, which doesn't really matter, it can be either one, whichever one you want. Again, I'm going to just try and make these a bit more interesting. Bit of a shape. What's this? And again, just encourage the leaves to, or rather the wrap to bend. So actually, I'm going to try and get it as snug as possible so that the final layer actually does fit. And having the tea light does help. And again, I'm just going to use my nail as a guide so I know where to add the glue. And how to line them up. Could use a bit more than that actually. And I didn't pay attention, so I've glued it so that all of the leaves are pointing inwards instead of pointing outwards, but that's okay, you can always just bend them back. Pay attention. Okay, then that will slide around that. Just about, I hope. Yes. And it's good that it's kind of snug because it means that everything will hold together really well. And then for the final layer, I'm going to use this one. Just tease some of these leaves. try to position it so that the leaves are between the yellow leaves are between the green ones. Sort all that out afterwards. It's just trying to get it to wrap around first of all. So again, just make a mark. So that tells me where I should put the glue and where to line up the edge. Oh, I've done it again. Gosh. I bent the leaves one way and then glued it together the other way. Okay, well, there we go. Now that's all stuck together, and then this can slide it in here. And then once everything is on, you can just, slide things around a bit so that you can get the positioning that you want. And then the last step, which I should have done first of all, was just to glue these top bits together. Try to avoid putting glue on the sort of see-through bits, because this green is really blocking the, oh, you know what, that's fine because it's the back. So that's okay, there you go. That's really cute. The whole thing just sits over the top, and you've got yourself a little tea light. How cute is that? And the whole thing, oops, oh God. So as I'm uploading the video, Halloween has passed, but I just wanted to show you that you could adapt the design for other occasions. Like you could, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you could create something for Thanksgiving, or if you have an autumn fall wedding, these would make really cute table pieces. So all I've done is I've duplicated the file, and then I've highlighted the eyes, nose and mouth, basically all the inner bits of the pumpkin. Click twice on the shape to highlight all of the points, and then pressing delete to get rid of them. Because this is an SVG, it's all one shape. If it was an FCM file, you could have all of those inner shapes as separate elements. What I'm going to do is select a heart from the standard shapes, and I'm going to create sort of heart eyes. And then use the path tool to make a smiling mouth. So there I've got straight lines. If I highlight all the points and change to curved lines, then I can adapt the shape to make a smiling mouth. And then a little triangle for a nose. and then duplicate the facial features and add them to the other side of the pumpkin. And then once all of that is done, highlight the entire shape, so the original pumpkin outline, and also the new elements, the heart eyes, the smile and the nose, and then using the edit process overlap. For some reason my screen recorder doesn't show those steps, but if you go to edit and then process overlap and subtract or press Ctrl and 4, you'll make a new face shape. You can do that for both sides. And then you can just go ahead and make the rest of the tea light cover as usual. But then, yeah, instead of having a jack-o'-lantern, you now have a nice, smiley, cute face. So, like I said, it's a cute idea for autumn or fall themed parties or some DIY wedding decor or anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel and I'll see you next time. Bye.